In this video, I'm going to show you 8 ways that you can make money without doing the actual heavy lifting. So you can essentially go out, you can advertise a service, you can get orders for that service, and you can have other tools, pieces of software, other things actually doing the work for you. And so some of these methods are going to be very, very ingenious and very, very clever. Some of these methods are going to be fairly standard, but still all of these methods will allow you to go out and make money without actually doing the heavy lifting. All right, so the first method I want to share with you is background image removal. Okay, so if you go to Fiverr and you type something like background removal, you're going to see a really good gig. So we have here, and so here's a gig. It says, I will background removal, 20 images, 3-hour quickly delivery. So it's only $5. Here's another gig, $5, $10, $10. So these gigs are going to range anywhere from $5 to $10, sometimes even more. But the thing about this kind of thing is it's very, very easy to do using various tools. There's a lot of tools that you can use in order to do this. But one of my favorite tools is actually an Adobe background remover. So you can just Google for this. Simply go to the first result, load it up. I use this tool all the time. It's 100% free. You just upload a photo and it's going to remove the background. Super easy, super reliable. It's absolutely free. Works really, really well. And as a result, you can make 5, 10, 20, 15 bucks, whatever the gig is. Very, very easily. The next method I want to share with you is picture retouching. Okay, this is another very, very popular request from people that are doing things like photography, web design. So if you come to Fiverr and you type picture retouching, you're going to see a lot of gigs, right? So these are going to be more expensive depending on the actual service. So whereas background remover is actually very straightforward, just remove the background. I don't care how you do it. I just don't want the background to be there. Picture retouching depends on the quality. It depends on various factors. And fortunately, if you're selling a gig for $5, the buyer really is not going to have very, very high expectations. It's only $5. You can also charge $10. You can charge $25. Whatever you feel is going to be the right fit. But if you're going to be selling this gig for $5, that means that you don't really need to do a lot of work. This means the amount of work you'll have to do is going to be fairly minimal. And so this is the same thing. You can just simply go on the search engine and you can type picture retouching AI, and there's all of these web tools here. So this is a good web tool here that I have heard really good things about. Retouch photos with Vance AI photo retoucher. So you can just upload an image. You can do that. You can try some of the other results here. And in my experience, a lot of the software has improved by leaps and bounds over the previous years. I mean, this software works really, really well. Another piece of software that I recommend is called Luminar AI. So if you Google for that, this is actually a paid piece of software. But if you're getting all of these gigs, right, let's say the piece of software is $50, that means you just need 10 gigs at $5 to break even. And after that, all the gigs is pure profit. So this is a paid piece of software, but nevertheless, this is a very high quality software, and you simply click a button and it does everything for you. It does things automatically. And I guess that people that are ordering these gigs, they have no idea that it's even possible. The next type of work that you can charge people for without doing a lot of work for it is putting subtitles in videos. So if you go back on Fiverr, you can type video subtitles. Okay, so people may have videos and they need them to be subtitled, right? So here you go. Buyers keep returning. These sellers have an exceptional number of repeat buyers. So this means there's probably a lot of demand. The sellers are providing a good service, but overall, this means that there's a lot of demand for this particular service. Okay, I will put subtitles in the video in English, Spanish, no script. I will provide a caption or subtitles file for your video. So the way that you can do it really easily is you can head over to veed.io. Video editing made simple. Create videos with a single click. Add subtitles, transcribe audio, and more. And this does it for you automatically. So you can just click on upload your video. You can just try a sample And so once you upload the video, you can just go to subtitles and it's going to create subtitles for you. As you can see, it's all created. Here is at the 1 minute mark, the 4 minute mark, the 5 to 8 minute mark. And this is what the video looks like, right? If you play it here, if I play it, the subtitles are going to be here. And then later you can edit the subtitles. You can do all these things. And once you're done, you could just hit export. And now you're going to have a video with subtitles. And you can also charge extra for some of these additional services, such as maybe change the font, maybe play with, you can translate, you can add a new language, you can translate into, a new original, you can type next, and you can translate into any of these languages. So let's say I want English, I want Spanish right here. I can just click on translate to Spanish, and I'm going to have multiple subtitles. And this is actually a pretty cool gig because you can charge a lot of money. So if you head back to Fiverr, you can see it's $5, but a lot of these gigs, they have different price tiers. So this could be $5 for the cheapest plan, could be $10, $20 with multiple subtitles, etc., etc. As far as I'm concerned, this type of work is actually a no-brainer. The next business idea is building a website from a spreadsheet. So we are not talking about building a website as in just, building a website. We are talking about something that's more specialized, building a website from a spreadsheet. So maybe there are people that have Excel spreadsheets with them, or maybe they have Google spreadsheets, and they have all this data, and wouldn't it be nice to actually have a website that's taken from that data? And that's actually very, very easy to do. So if you go back to Fiverr, you can just type something like this. You can type website from spreadsheets. Okay, this is a unique gig because this opens the doors to a lot of buyers, because a lot of people have spreadsheets and a lot of them don't even realize that they can take all this data and they can turn it into a website. And that is why if you search something like this, so if you type something like this, build a website spreadsheet, you can find some gigs, like for instance, this gig here, I will turn your Excel spreadsheet into a website, $30. And that's actually very, very easy to do. You can find other very, very similar gigs. So here you have, I will build a real estate website that you can manage via Google Sheets, starting at $250. And the way you want to do that, there's lots of ways of doing it. Lots of ways. One side is called Spread Simple. And you can go to this website, a blazing fast way to create and manage website using Google Sheets. Another really good example is called Airtable. So if you Google for Airtable, you're gonna see this result right here. This is airtable.com. You can just go to airtable.com and you can create a website from one of their tables that you can import from Google Sheets. So there's lots and lots of ways of going about it, and this can open doors to a lot of new possibilities from people that may have not even realized that they can build a website really, really easily. The next type of task is actually one of my favorite, just because how easy it is to create high quality content, high quality output. And that is creating some kind of promotional videos, maybe a Facebook ad, maybe an ad on another platform, such as maybe a YouTube short, maybe a promotional video. It doesn't really matter. There's a really, really great tool that you can use called Motionbox. And this tool, if you go to the main page, the easiest way to create videos. And I've been following this tool and I've been using it for quite a while now. I remember when the person just launched it, and this allows you quickly and easily create videos, very simple videos with a lot of effects, right? So we can try it for free. I'm gonna log in. So here I'm logged in into my account here. I can create a blank video just by clicking here. It's very, very simple. And right away I have a timeline on the bottom. I can use templates. So for instance, here's a template I can confirm, and I can start using a template here. I can use various photos. I can do this. I can put it here, and now I have a photo on the timeline. I can have various elements here, visualizer. I can just click on it, choose a visualizer, put it here, maybe put it on the bottom. I can have I can put a text. I can have images. I can do text here. I can drag. I can click on this, and now I have some text here, right? So I have this text, and all I see here is this quick timeline that allows me to do it. So for instance, let's say I have this text. I can change colors, make it a little bit lighter, something like this. I can expand it. And this is an animation because it automatically animates. I don't need to do any crazy animation. I don't need to do anything of that sort, I can just simply go here to the beginning, play it, and I have a simple animation. And this way I can create lots of interesting videos using some of these templates, some of these effects, emojis, shapes. I can upload videos, photos, and then once I'm done, I can just export this video and use it in my intended way. So whether that was for some kind of a promotional, YouTube, TikTok, whatever the case may be, I have a high quality video that I can start using right away. The next service I want to bring to your attention is resume writing, right? This sounds a little bit boring, but I can assure you there's a lot of demand for this service, and there are actually tools that allow you to do it a lot easier and a lot quicker. So take a look at this one. If I type resume writing here, we have a lot of gigs, and you have 75, 50, 160, 295, 120. So this is a serious service, right? Because it has to do with work. It has to do with making money, make money online, making money, finance, that kind of thing. And as a result, these gigs are not going to be your typical $5 or $10 gigs. And thankfully, there are all kinds of tools that allow you to write resumes. They actually write resumes on your behalf. So if you go back to Google or Bing, you can type resume writer AI, something like this, and you're gonna have AI powered free resume builder trusted AI resume maker, helps you get hired fast. So there's a lot of tools. Artificial intelligence has come a long way. There's lots of things that it can do now, and as a result, you may be surprised, but there's a lot of tools, and people have been using these various tools to write their resumes so that they can get hired, right? So you can write this, you can read this article here about all of these tools, but these tools will allow you to write real amazing resumes, and as a result you can make money on places like Fiverr or some of these other platforms without doing a lot of the heavy lifting. The next service I want to show you is mobile apps. So if you go back to Fiverr and you type build a mobile app, you can actually build a mobile app very, very easily and quickly, right? There's going to be buyers keep returning. These sellers have an exceptional number of repeat buyers. That means they're delivering good services, and that means there's a lot of demand for their services. Now, there's lots of ways to build apps. These could be iOS apps, these could be Android apps, these could be web apps, lots of different ways of building apps. And what you can do is you can head to a place like Adalo, and this allows you to really, really build apps very, very quickly without writing a single line of code. I have lots of videos on how you can use such a service to build apps, but really if you go in here, you can just start with a template, and you don't have to know how to code, you don't have to know to do anything. All you have to be able to do is drag and drop. That's why it's so easy. All you have to do is drag and drop, and that's as simple as that. So if I log in into my account, I want to show you. And let's say I want to create a new app. I'm going to click on create a new app. I can start with the template. So let's say I want a native mobile app. I can click next, and I have all of these templates. So let's say somebody wants a to-do app. You can just start from this and modify it. Somebody wants an appointments app. You can just start from this and go from there. Somebody wants a coaching app. It doesn't really matter. And also, it's very easy to modify some of these templates depending on the user requirements. And that's just the beginning. There's lots of other services. Another service is called Glide Apps. You can just go Google for that, and you just go in here, glideapps.com. You can just load this up, and here it says build an app from a Google Sheet in 5 minutes for free. There you go. So you can go back to Fiverr and you can accept orders there for all kinds of apps, whether it's a prototype, a real app, an internal app, an external app, a business app, a consumer app, doesn't really matter. You can build it in fraction of the time with a fraction of the effort using the services that I showed you. And last but not least, I want to show you a very interesting service that you can provide. This is more of a specialty service. I understand it might not be for everybody, but if you're looking to make more money, you should definitely be interested in leveraging the service. And this service is called scraping a website, right? So if you type this, there's going to be a lot of services. Look at this one, 75.55. 75.80. You have some of these lower services, 195. So I will do web scraping or data mining from almost any website, 195. You have some of these lower tier services. And there are actually web services that allow you to really easily scrape any website. So one of my favorite ones is called Appify. So if you go to appify.com, I use the service myself from time to time. You can just go in here. They have browse ready-made tools. So I'm going to log in into my account. And so I'm logged into my account. And as you can see, they have something called actors. Actors are essentially pre-made tools that allow you to scrape a certain website. So we have a generic web scraper. We have a Google Maps scraper, Twitter scraper, and I can go into these actors and I can see all of them, right? So I can go to the store section and I have Google search results, Google Maps, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube scraper, and these are actually actual scrapers. They actually work. I use this site, I use their services for some of my other projects. So you can go on Fiverr and say, hey, I will build a custom scraper to get Instagram profiles, or maybe YouTube, or maybe an SEO order tool, or Amazon, or content checker, or anything like that. And you may not know some of these terms, and that's actually a good thing because these are all business services. That means you're not going to be able to charge something like $5 or $10, although if you want, you can charge that. But that means you'll be able to get away with charging a lot more. So we're talking about $50, $100, $150, like $200, like this guy right here. Where was that? This guy right here, $195. He's probably using some of these services as well. And so if you decide to go this route, I recommend charging at least $50, and that way you could get some of these higher quality customers that actually know what they're doing, that have a business objective. Because if you charge $5 for such a service, you're going to have customers that are going to have a lot of questions. They may not be happy. They may not be content. But charging more will allow you to go out and get higher quality customers with bigger budgets, with customers that want to spend more money, and that way you can make more money. All right, guys, so that was 8 ways of making money online without actually doing the heavy lifting, without actually putting in the work. So which method you're going to be interested in is really up to you. I would pick some of these methods that really resonate with you, some of these ideas that you can start implementing right away, and seeing which ones are going to work. So I would go to a place like Fiverr, create a bunch of gigs, and see which gigs are actually going to be getting the requests in for work to be done. And that way you can decide which gigs to focus on and which to kind of leave by the wayside. So I really hope you've gotten value here. If you did, and you want me to make another video of maybe 8 more ways that you can make money on these sites without doing a lot of the work, without putting in the heavy lifting, let me know by leaving a comment below, liking the video, and subscribing the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you real soon.